Namibia is one of the only 5 African countries to record zero COVID-19 deaths as of June 1, 2020, when the continent's infections surpassed 150,000. Southwest African country has a population of 2.3 million, although it is bigger in area size than the United Kingdom and France combined. Experts, however, credit the Namibian success to more than just a small population, but leadership and decisive action.
We locked down very, very early. When we closed our borders and initially closed 2 of our most economically active regions, that's Commerce region and Erongo on the Atlantic coast, we only had 2 cases. We did not delay implementing our program and decisions. Even before regulations and policy are finalized, we were on the ground already. We created that partnership between the government, the private sector, security cluster, our partner development agencies such as the WHO and the CDC Atlanta. All of us came on board. We worked straight on the 8 pillars that were recommended by WHO. I think it helped. Other factors that could have helped is the natural factors. We are a huge country, sparsely populated, and not so many of the few people we have in Namibia had maybe contact with the outside world. And then maybe an element of luck, I can say. I mean, truly speaking, it's amazing that up to now nobody died.
And both countries, has over the past 3 decades, coined an expression: when South Africa sneezes, Namibia catches a cold. And yet, COVID-19 has seemingly changed that interpretation.
I actually think, for a difference, at least the big brother is now learning from us without making them feel a little bit smaller. I think they learn a lot from us in terms of containment. South Africa jumped from 400 to close to more than 20,000 in the shortest possible time, despite all the effort. We got stuck at 16 cases for about nearly 50 days, meaning we probably set a record in Africa for continuous testing on a daily basis, up to 50 days without picking up a single case.
We are very vulnerable, but in this vulnerability, politically and humanly, it was the right thing to do to close off Namibia very early on. Otherwise, we would not stand here today and look at a country which up to date does not have one single locally transmitted viral infection, and I think that is commendable.
The banning of large gatherings and Europe-bound flights was a political tightrope for President Hage Geingob, who was due to be inaugurated for his 2nd term in charge. Rather, the president was inaugurated in a private ceremony, and the millions that had been earmarked for the inauguration was diverted to thwart coronavirus. These mitigatory measures did not only curb the infections. Statistics from the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund of Namibia shows that 60% of road accidents were avoided, and fatalities also as much as 70% were avoided compared to the previous period.
For the first time in the history of the country, we recorded 0 fatalities. It has never happened before. Usually when it's Easter, when it's August, when we're celebrating Heroes Day, or when it's December, that's really peak times for players in road safety. That's when we come together and just really try to minimize the impact of traffic flow on our roads. But this time to record 0, that's something phenomenal.
By June 1, Namibia is getting back to life. Still no deaths, only 1 internal transmission, and the government remains cautious in its approach. Confidence Musariri for VOA, Windhoek, Namibia.